My father once showed me a quote by a famous martial artist. In this video, I'd like to share 4 stories that will hopefully give you an appreciation not only for the philosopher that was Bruce Lee, but how it relates to your ability to ace your exams, or 9 your exams if you're doing your GCSEs. First story. In my first year of university, I studied a finance module that introduced the idea of compound interest. That is, if you put £5,000 each year into an investment portfolio that provides, say, a 15% return per year, at the end of year 1, you will have £5,750. Whoop-de-doo, an extra £750. Doesn't seem like much considering you invested £5,000. Well, what if we invested £5,000 each year for 30 years, and the investment continued to return an average of 15% a year? Here's the graph that measures your investment over 30 years. In 30 years' time, your investment would be worth well over £2 million. And that's from a total of a £150,000 investment. In contrast, if you saved and saved and saved, and invested £150,000 in year 29, you would only see your investment grow to £172,500 at year 30. Second story. A study showed the pattern for weight loss in 100 overweight participants over 16 weeks. The participants exercised every other day. The pattern revealed that on average the participants lost little in the first 8 weeks, a little more between weeks 8 and 12. The highest percentage of weight loss occurred in the final 4 weeks of the 16 weeks, and yet the intensity of the workouts remained the same. Third story. YouTube legend Mr. Beast actually began his journey a few years before he saw success.
Yeah, it's been crazy because I've been doing it since I was 11, and
Really?
yeah, so now I'm 23, and so it's just like basically every year it just gotten crazier and crazier. And yeah, I used to make $1 a day back. Well, the first few years I wasn't even making money off YouTube, but once I started making money, I was making $1 a day, and I saved up for a couple months. I bought a microphone.
But his commitment to YouTube eventually created the breakthrough he was looking for. Here's an approximation of Mr. Beast's subscriber count over time. Final story. If we look at Amazon's revenue since it was founded in 1994, the revenue remained somewhat stable for the first 10 years of trading, and then you see a breakthrough in 2004, with the revenue seeing more of an exponential growth. Each story is unique, but the graphs derive a different perspective. The graphs tell us that consistency has a dramatic effect on your success, but much later on than you would expect. The quote from Bruce Lee that I mentioned at the beginning goes like this: "Long-term consistency triumphs short-term intensity." Within this quote lies the solution to passing your exams. Start early and work consistently. You don't have to study the entire evening. Just put in an hour and a half or 2 hours at home and relax for the rest of the evening. But be consistent. Don't skip a single day, and that's the secret.